Hi, I'm Neil Lake, and welcome to my new show, where I'll be exploring the relationships between Maori mythology and Shakespeare. This is the T.A.J.O.S.A.M.M.C. With your mate, Neil Lake. When I was a young lad, I was fascinated about Shakespeare, and one of my favourite plays must have been Macbeth. Macbeth is a tragedy which shows the importance of making your own decisions. To find out more, we're meeting with Mr. Jefferson, an expert on Shakespeare. So here I am with Mr. Jefferson, an expert on Shakespeare. I'm just going to ask him a few questions. So, Mr. Jefferson, I'm sure you're familiar with Macbeth?
It's one of my favourite plays of Shakespeare.
If you wouldn't mind giving us a brief summary of the play.
Macbeth has just fought a mighty battle against the Norwegians. He's driven them out of Scotland, and he's on his way back home with his best friend Banquo. They meet 3 witches out in the woods. These witches give them 3 prophecies. The first prophecy is that Macbeth will become Thane of Cawdor, of which he is not actually Thane right now. The second prophecy is that he'll become king of all of Scotland. And the third prophecy is that Banquo's sons and descendants will become kings. The 2 men don't think much of this news until they get back, and Macbeth is crowned Thane of Cawdor. He then writes to his wife and tells her of the 3 prophecies, and that the first one has already come true. His wife decides they must bring about the other 2 as well. She convinces Macbeth to kill King Duncan and become king himself. When Duncan is visiting their castle, he does this and drives his heir and son out of Scotland to England. Afterwards, because there's no one else to take the throne, he's now the king. Woohoo! But it's not great for him because there are people everywhere, and most of them don't like him right now. So he's getting really paranoid. Because Banquo, his sons are meant to become kings. And Macbeth is like, the only way that can happen if Banquo kills me and becomes king. So he hires some assassins, and they kill Banquo. So now he's killed his best friend, But, he's king now, that's fine, right? But he's not sure, so he goes to the witches. He's like, not everything's great, what do you see? And the witches say, you have nothing to fear, Macbeth, for no man born of a woman can harm you. It's like, awesome. Everyone's born of a woman. I'm safe. So he goes back to his castle. But it's attacked by Macduff, I think that's true. He is slain in a battle with Macduff, who reveals he was cut out of his mother and was not born of a woman, and thus can't kill him. They both die. The end.
Wow, that was one lovely summary. Now, so if you were going to say one driving force behind the play, what would it be?
The thing that really keeps the play moving is Macbeth's ambition to achieve power, and his willingness to do whatever it takes to do so.
Wow, I cannot believe that. So I'm now here with Professor Stewart-Hodginson. She's an expert on Maori mythology. So I'm just going to ask her a few questions. So Professor Hodginson, I've already forgotten your name, sorry. But so if there was one myth that related to the word ambition, what would you think it would be?
So I think it'd be one of the myths about Maui. Near the end of Maui's life, he's sort of getting on a bit, right? He's done all these amazing things early on in his life, but everyone's kind of forgetting about those now.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I want people to love me again.
Of course.
So I'm going to do something really, really impressive. I'm going to go slay the goddess of death.
As you do.
Everyone's going to live forever. It's going to be great. So you're like, cool. I'm going to need some help to do this. So he gets his little bird friend, right?
Okay.
And they go off to find the goddess death. and to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And they find her, and it's nighttime. So conveniently, she's sleeping.
Ah, yes.
She's got a big old mouth. She's like, okay, I'm gonna climb in this big old mouth. I'm gonna stab her from the inside. So he crawls into the big old mouth, right, to go to slay her. But while he's sort of getting in there, his legs are kind of dangling out a bit. Looks really, really comedic. So the fantail, his little bird friend, is like, ha 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 ha, that's really
yes,
funny.
of course.
And the goddess Death's like,
Whoa, I'll wait as you laughed. Clump. Now we give you now.
and now he's dead.
Wow, that's
So-
a sad tale. Do you know of the tale of Macbeth?
I've heard of Macbeth. Yeah.
Could you relate that possibly with the myth that you've just told me?
Well, from what I understand, Macbeth is kind of about this dude, and he wants some power.
Yes, that's
It's
correct.
kind of like Maori just wanting some respect, except it's
absolutely, yeah.
slightly less great.
Yeah.
But he's willing to do a lot to get this power,
Mm.
and he's willing to do some things that aren't that great. See, Maui, his thing, he was going to murder someone. That's not great, but it was the goddess Death.
Yeah. Mm.
But in any case, it was kind of foolish,
Yes.
and they don't really care about the consequences. Is the key here?
Yes. Yeah.
Is they're willing to just go for it, and they don't care, and then they die.
We're here with Sir Joe Bronningham, and yes, he has been knighted because of his intense knowledge on both Shakespeare and Maori mythology. I'm here to ask him a few questions.
Oi.
So Joe, so have you ever heard of the tale Macbeth? I'm sure you have.
Mm-hmm. I'm an expert on Shakespeare and Macbeth,
Wow.
as it's part of Shakespeare.
I see. And are there any Maori myths you'd like to talk about that maybe potentially relate to Shakespeare, maybe in the ambition theme?
So what about Maui, right?
Ah, of course, Maui. It's always a good start.
Maui, yeah. So he's just been, he's just met his father, he's got all his blessings, and he's gone over. He's gonna be like, this fire? My mother keeps coming back with fire, which never tells me where she gets the fire from.
Right.
I'm gonna follow her, I'm gonna get the fire, I'm gonna make my own fire, and we'll all have fire.
Ah, that's lovely.
So he follows his mother one morning, and she goes down into a cave. And it keeps going down, and you realise we're in part of the underworld here.
Mm.
So he goes into the underworld, following his mother. His mother ends up at this other person who's got 10 fingers. And these 10 fingers are on fire.
I see.
His mother takes the chip of a fingernail and walks back the other way. So now he's like, boom, this is where fire comes from.
Ah, yes.
He goes up to her and she's like,
Hey, can I have one of your fingernails of fire? I'm your grandson. Help me out, please.
He's like, fine, you're my grandson. I'll take this fingernail of mine. It's yours now. He's like,
Cool, thanks.
so he walks away. But as he's going away, he finds a lake. He's like,
Okay, perfect.
he throws the fire fingernail in the lake.
It's very wasteful.
And he goes back. And he's like,
I dropped the fire fingernail, man. Really sorry.
and she's like, okay, we'll give you another fire fingernail. And he's like,
Okay, I'll be careful with this one.
he goes back, he throws it in the lake again. So he does this 8 more times. And she's got no fingernails left. And he's like,
Are you gonna have another fire
no.
fingernail?
She's like, no, I've only got 10 fingernails.
Have a toenail then?
Like, okay. Pulls off a toenail.
Oh, wow.
Gives it to her. 10 toenails later. No, 9 toenails later. There's still 1 toenail on the foot.
Ah.
He's like,
Can I have another toenail?
she's like, ah! Pulls off the last toenail, throws it at him, hits a tree nearby. That tree catches on fire. And the whole bank of trees just goes whoosh in flames. And now he's like, oh, and he runs away, jumps in the lake.
Shh. Editor, remember to beep that out, would you? Thank you.
And the fire is burning all around him. He's in the lake, he's okay. And she can't find him in the lake. So she goes to have a nap. He gets out of the lake and he sees on the ground there are some sticks left from these trees that have all been burnt. Takes the sticks, he rubs them together, and they make fire. He's like,
I've unlocked the secret of fire.
Wow. Now, so how does this relate to the theme ambition?
so from what I understand of Macbeth's kind of trick is he gets his way into power sneakily.
Mm.
He doesn't just get an army and march
No.
upon King Duncan's palace. He assassinates the king, and then maybe his heir, I'm not sure. Because we know a lot about Macbeth, so I am totally sure. And his heir too.
Mm.
Except no, his heir flees to Scotland. No, he's in Scotland. His heir flees to England. He
Yes.
drives his heir out of Scotland into England. And then he takes the throne. So he's got to do two things which are kind of tricksy.
Mm.
And that's how he gets power. And Maori's like that. He's kind of tricksy. He's not the strongest of people.
No.
He's probably the smartest of people.
Right.
And he's tricksy.
So we've looked at two people, Macbeth and Maui, and what they both showed us is how ambition got away from them through the influence of other people. They were unable to make their own decisions, and now they're both dead. That's it for today's episode. Next time, we delve into the mind of Shakespeare himself and get a fresh perspective on Māori mythology. Join us at T.A.J.O.S.A.M.M.C with your mate, Neil A. Where? Is it a big old mouth or a big old mouth? You know, as you say, like.
She's very old. She's been around since the dawn of time.
Alright,
So,
yes.
It's both big and old. Okay. Wait, no, goddammit, sorry.
What did you do?
I stopped recording because you weren't doing anything.
Clap.
So here I am with Mr. Jefferson. Yes. What
Quite
am I
so.
saying? Wait, oh
She's like-
man. Thought she was a woman.
Saying man because it's cool, man.
Ah, got ya. We knew the same. So here I am with Mr. Jefferson.
Professor.
Sorry. So here I am with Professor Jefferson. So could you give us a quick, brief summary on the cogs spinning? Is it recording?
No, I need batteries.
So what did I learn from this experience? That's a good question. I'm Neil. Wait, what?
Yeah, go.
Oh. Wait, what? We've started.
No.
Ah, wait, we go. To find out more, we're meeting with Mr. Dr. J.